Coming up first online to kick off the competition of our Grand Prix of Dog Agility, this is Devo. Devo is a Papillon, handled by Kimberly Sisak.
And their course time on this is 60 seconds, so I don't think that's going to give them much pressure.
I don't think so. That's a lot of time, but some of the little teeny-weeny dogs are going to have to move out for this, but as you can see, that's not a problem for Devo.
Yeah, Devo and Kimberly have been here before, so they will lay down a very good standard, I'm sure.
Yeah, strong call back to the dog walk, front cross on the landing side of the 180. We have a missed downside dog walk contact.
Again, it's fewest faults wins, so any clear rounds with plays ahead.
Right, this is not time plus faults the way the steeplechase is.
Time of 32.90, 32.90 for Devo and Kim. Sadie will be coming up next, a Cocker Spaniel handled by Linda Morgan in from Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Okay, now we're talking a time factor.
No.
Come on, Sadie. And the front crosses before the dog walk. Sadie operating over the dog walk at a trot. Let's see if we can inspire her. She's smart. She front crosses to get the dog's attention. Around that arc, pushes into the 180. She's going to front cross before the weave pulls. Seems to be picking up some speed. Nice little weaver. Another front cross going into the 19 jump.
Time of 53.83, 53.83 for Sadie and Linda.
Well, that was moderately
paced. So we get set for
at
Dally.
best, so
Dally is an all-breed and from Atlanta, Georgia, with his handler, Bob Foley.
Of course, the effect of that just means that they have more latitude on handling through things. But they know with a clean round, though, they're going to have the fast time to win.
Right.
So they kind of have to play a role of being a little bit conservative to avoid the fault and then push for that time.
Right, always. Always the finesse. Bob Foley also runs teeny-weeny toy poodle about this size and about this fast, named Asa. He's doing a great job with Dally. Good job, Bob. As so many others with the small dogs, he is back crossing between the elements of the 180. Very fast weave pulls. He's going to serpentine the closing. Beautifully done.
Dally with a time of 34.05. 34.05 for Dally and Bob.
Well, that's going to be our standard to beat, isn't it?
That was a nice one.
Our next competitor comes all the way in from Japan. This is Kitty. Kitty is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi handled by Manako Takuda.
Our Japanese competitors always really excel in this 12-inch class.
You are right about that. A Corgi, I know, is a past champion.
Yeah, it was back in, I think, 2003. A dog named Happy Quick.
Happy Quick, I remember. Yeah.
From Fukuoka, Japan.
Good job. Very vocal. They have a lot of vocal dogs, too. And she's back cross. Oh!
And we saw that maneuver earlier, didn't we?
We did see that. As you say, it was shown to us in the Veterans Showcase. The handlers choosing to back cross the up contact of the dog walk accidentally cued the tunnel. It doesn't look like it could be a problem. She is doing a beautiful job of continuing in good sportsmanship. She's just competing very well right to the end. Good job, Manako.
Well, Kitty might have had a little detour, but she got the job done. Nice job
Manako,
by Kitty and Manako.
Good sportsmanship.
Coming up next on course will be Letty. Letty is a Cardigan Welsh Corgi handled by Shelly Perman in from Torrance, California.
Nice conservative contact on that seesaw. She doesn't want any trouble. Cues the 180. Actually hit the bar of that second element, but stays up. Pretty strong bar. You notice the double is now in place, coming out of the chute. Another flip to the 180. Trusts her dog on the weave entry, gets in front and front crosses. Serpentines the closing.
Has a time of 36.21, 36.21 for Letty and Shelley.
Time to beat is 34.05.
Coming up next on course is Charlie. Charlie is a Papillon handled by Ann Platt in from Escondido, California. Time to beat is 34.05.
Yeah, once again, our running order is seeded based on how they did in the semifinal round.
Correct.
So our top 5 from the semis are coming up here.
Right, and Ann's a very seasoned competitor. Let's see if she can drive Charlie. Came off the side of that seesaw, but he had it on the ground,
Yeah.
so no fault called.
Marty's getting in very good position for all his contacts. I really like seeing Judge work the contact obstacles that
Yes.
way. He's working the obstacles, which is what he needs to do.
She's going to front cross the downside of the A-frame. Front cross before the weep balls. What's she going to do in her closing? Push and a serp. Run it.
That's a time of 36.53, 36.53 for Charlie and Ann.
Just short of a second place.
Coming up
there.
next on course will be Porsche. Porsche is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi handled by Deborah Ogg in from Los Altos, California.
And we got 4 to go.
Good job. Front cross before the dog walk. She's got to manage that contact. Beautiful job. Cueing the double. She ran ahead to cue the double. Front cross into the 180 off the A-frame and a front cross before the weaves, and she's there in plenty of time. Good solid push and a serpentine closing.
Time of 37.03, 37.03 for Porsche and Deborah. Next up on course will be Jack. Jack is a Shetland sheepdog handled by Nancy Guys in from San Jose, California.
We have a really good mix of breeds in this 12-inch class.
I think so too.
I guess we have the most of any one breed is Corgis, 2 Pembrokes and a Cardigan.
Right.
We've
Used to
got
be
2
an
mixed
all
breeds.
corgi final.
Yeah, true.
Good job. Nancy front crosses before the dog walk, sets that up nicely. He's got to manage that contact. She's right there. Missed the closed tunnel entirely.
That'll be a refusal for 5 penalties.
She's going to back cross behind. The 14 jump. Behind the number 14 jump.
It's a time
Sorry,
of
I didn't finish my sentence.
39.83, 39.83 for Jack and Nancy. So we get set for Wim. Wim is a Jack Russell Terrier and from Nunn, Colorado, handled by Catherine Elliott.
He's a very fast little dog. Takes a face plant after jump number 2.
No penalty for that.
Screaming running dog walk. Very wide turn after 16. Front cross before the poles. Runs for home. Serpentine.
That's a time of 33 flat for Wim and Catherine. Our new leader, Wim, 33 flat. A solid, clean run for Wim and Catherine. We get set for our final competitor here in the 12-inch class. Let's give a nice round of applause for Dana Pike, who was injured earlier this weekend. She's out there with Tangle and Albreed as they made their trip in from Wilmington, Illinois.
Tell me Dana is literally going to pursue the course on crutches.
I believe she is.
Well, Tangle's off and running. He doesn't quite know what to do with his mommy walking like that. Dana's a very athletic individual, and this has to be hard on both of them.
Oh, to come this far and to have an injury.
Good boy,
But
Tangle.
you know what?
Good boy, Tangle. She very wisely.
Nice round of applause for
letting
Tangle
him take whatever
and
he wants
Dana.
to take. Good job.
A good effort, I tell you.
That screaming dog walk again.
How about Wim making it happen?
A bar down this time. Catherine Elliott and Whim, that screaming dog walk, she had a bar down in her victory lap, but well done to them. They earned it. That's one fast little dog. Good job, Catherine. We love her screaming dog walk. She's an awesome little dog, one of the fastest out there. She had a bar down in her victory lap, but not when it counted. Good job. Congratulations. 2008 12-inch champion, Whim.
Well, here in this 16-inch class, we'll be shooting for a time of 54 seconds. But again, the time standards seem to be quite generous, and judge just letting them have full range to try to exercise a balance of conservatism for accuracy and pushing for speed for the win.
Yes. Lori and Bodie doing a very nice job. Really setting quite the standard, Running A-frame. Back cross between 14 and 15. Nicely managed weave entry. Did not front cross before the weaves.
Oh.
And we have a bar down at number 19.
Time of 32.73, 32.73
Nice
for
run, nonetheless.
Bodie and Lori. Coming up next online will be Puma. Puma is a miniature poodle handled by Ayami Suzuki, coming in from Japan.
Ayami talking to her dog nonstop, encouraging. Running dog walk. Oh, called. We can't see that contact from here. I do not have a view of the downside, so.
Yeah, I don't either.
Wow, flying A-frame, beautiful job. Manages the weave entry with a front cross, a little wide. And a front cross before the number 19 jump.
Time of 40.26, 40.26 for Puma and Ayami. Our next competitors come from Spring, Texas. Kiki, a Shetland sheepdog handled by Vicky King.
A little aggressive on that seesaw, but not a problem for the judge. Nicely managed up contact. Dog seems to be looking at the judge and clearly jumped off the dog walk downside. So we have 5 faults in play. Nice weaving dog. She back crosses the number 18 jump. Serpentines the closing.
Time of
Slows down at the end.
37.75, 37.75 for Kiki and Vicky.
I think that handler was a little tired by the end.
Next up on course is Tack. Tack is an all-breed in from Sterling Heights, Michigan, handled by Ron Dukowski.
Remember, this is a long course for the handlers as well. She serpentines her opening, front crosses, and front crosses again to the dog walk. A running, beautiful contact. Dog ran all the way up and down, missed nothing. All again on the A-frame, has just beautiful running contacts. Wide front cross, and actually pulls the dog off the weave entry.
And there's refusal
pickup.
for 5.
Yep. Contacts to be admired on this dog. Wonderful.
Solid effort at 38.67 for Tack and Rhonda. Coming up next on course will be Breeze. Breeze is a Shetland sheepdog handled by Ann Stokeham. Ann and Breeze come in from Fairport, New York.
Well, our first 4 have come up with faults.
Well, not surprisingly. This is a tough course, right? So I think we'll see somebody put it together, don't you?
I think out of 15, we'll probably see at least a third or a half of them come clean.
I'm happy to see them running all out as they are. And when you go early on in the round, you've really got to set down something that's hard to catch, right?
Yeah, you can't come back and go again.
Well, that's right. You can't come back and go again. But in addition, you want to put the pressure on your fellow competitors who are coming after. So they will not have an easy time of catching you. That downside A-frame is called. So we have 5 faults on this run as well. That would be the curse of Kenneth, the announcer.
Time of 33.40, 33.40 for Breeze and Ann. Next up on course will be Wave. Wave, another Shetland sheepdog, handled by Marcy Mantell.
We know
Marcy
this
and Wave
dog
in
can
from
lay it
Foster
down.
City, California.
Well, I didn't intend by my comment earlier that the first half had to have 5 faults.
Oh, I see. Happy to hear that. Let's see what Wave can do. This is a very cool little dog and very experienced competitor with a lot of talent, a lot of drive. She's running it. Clear through the tire. Let's check this A-frame. Beautiful. Beautiful running A-frame contact. Back cross number 14. Landing side. Actually back cross the weaves and serpentine the closing. Beautiful.
Time of 33.26, 33.26 for Wave and Marcy.
First clear round.
And a decent time standard to really challenge these
Coming
next
up
dogs
next
to
on
come.
course
And that's what we were
is
looking
Sizzle. Sizzle, a Shetland sheepdog, and from Northport, Florida, handled by Karen Hollick.
Here's another international competitor, Sizzle and Karen. She cheats her start line a little.
What do you mean by that?
Creeps a little, scoots. Good job, Karen. Pull front cross and run. Karen has a big cheering section with Sizzle. Beautiful screaming dog walk. Karen going all out. This is the push we wanted to see. Blind cross, downside A-frame, front cross before the weave pulls. She can do this. Pushes out to 18, serpentines the closing, fantastic.
Time of 32.23, our new leader. 32.23,
Almost
Sizzle
a full
and
second.
Karen.
That was a perfect run. What a nice job.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat that time.
That will be
Coming
hard
up
to
next
beat.
on course will be Rocket. Rocket, and
That's what we
from
wanted to
Newman
see.
Lake, Washington, handled by Barbara Davis.
Barb also, very seasoned international competitor, going all out with Rocket. Another perfect dog walk. Running, accelerating, all the way up, over, and down. And another blind cross at the downside of the A-frame, another front at the weave pulls. She did a good job of tightening up that turn. Same handler path as Karen and Sizzle.
Time of 34.91. 34.91 for Rocket and Barbara.
Looked like Barbara kept it up the whole way around, but Rocket slowed down a little bit toward the last few obstacles.
Laurie Michaels makes her way back into the ring, this time around with Sky. Sky, a Shetland sheepdog, in from Manhattan, Kansas.
held on there good.
Nice job, Lori. Another running dog walk. Clean to the A-frame. She's back crossing the landing side of 14. She is not front crossing the poles. She pulls her dog and front crosses at the end of the weave poles. Tightens up the turn from 18 to 19.
That's a time of 32.48. 32.48 for Sky and Lori.
Well, that's good for a second place at this point. We have 6 to go.
Next up on course is Hemi.
Well done.
Hemi is a Pyrenean Shepherd handled by Elizabeth Evans. Elizabeth and Hemi in from McKinney, Texas.
Neighbor of yours.
Yes.
Good job, Elizabeth. Quick start. Front cross to the dog walk. Another running contact. This one is called. Not clean. 5 faults. Back cross landing side of 14. Pull to the weave poles. Front cross to 18 and a front cross to 19.
Time of 32.68. 32.68.
That's a very
for
nice
Hemi
time,
and
but 5
Elizabeth.
faults.
Yeah, 5 faults will take them out of a chance for placement, though she had a very competitive time.
Next
A
up
very
on
nice
course,
run.
Marvel. Marvel's a Shetland
I'm sure that's a
sheepdog,
good way for her
handled by
to
Joel
wrap up the
Lavalley.
year to have such a
Marvel
solid
and Joel
run.
in from
Over in
Murfreesboro,
Belgium earlier this
Tennessee.
year. Dog had injured pad and had to pull out of the competition in Belgium, but so I
I'm
know
sorry
she's
to
glad
hear
to be
that.
back and have a good, successful weekend.
Yeah. Joel Lavalley running hard and fast with Marvel. We saw him earlier win the team championship with this dog. And his 2 partners, another running dog walk. Seems to be the way to go with these small dogs. A front cross just prior to the A-frame. He does handle Marvel with a lot of fronts, a lot of pickups, a lot of fronts. Very nice turn to the weave poles, the tightest we've seen. Front cross between 18 and 19.
Time of
Oh, my
32.92.
And the last bar down.
32.92 for Marvel and Joel.
I think it was that little bit of a slow up by the handler at the end that caused the dog to want to pull up.
I think so too.
Jimmy
he
Dean,
was
a
facing
Shetland
Marvel
sheepdog
and
on the
congratulating
line,
him perhaps
handled
a
by
little bit
Nancy
early.
Kleinhans.
That
Nancy
sharp
and
angle on
Jimmy
those
Dean
jumps where they're having to
in
slice
from
across like
Jacksonville,
that
Florida.
really puts them up over that pole for a long time.
Nancy pushing out to the tunnel, pulling back to the dog walk with a front cross. Conservative contact with Jimmy Dean on that dog walk. Beautiful arc around to the A-frame. He went a little wide prior to the A-frame. The handler sort of disappeared. Early front cross. She manages that line, but he
Oh,
misses the
second
entry.
Be 5 faults for the refusal.
Correct. She's pushed out to 18 and serpentining her closing.
36.05 for Jimmy Dean and Nancy.
We were talking last night about how the time factor is enough of a penalty for
Coming up next on
refusal.
course is Decaf. Decaf, a Jack Russell Terrier handled by Susan Garrett. Susan and Decaf in from Alberton, Ontario, Canada.
Here in the Grand Prix, we pay a double penalty for refusals. 5 faults plus the time factor. Susan Garrett pushes but pulls off and pulls Decaf off. So we have a refusal at the number 5 jump. Back cross there at 14, the takeoff side. And a back cross at the weave poles, an unusual choice. Big lateral send to 18.
Solid effort at 35.06 for Decaf and Susan. Coming up next on course, a red terrier by the name of Dylan, handled by Angie Benequisto. Angie and Dylan come in from Macomb Township, Michigan.
Angie pushing out and front crossing before the dog walk. Crowd calling on her to push for everything she's got. That downside A-frame contact is called. That was a tough call. Looked good to us.
32.78.
But what I did see over here on the upside of the dog walk, it looked like they may have missed that call. So,
So we're trading
we
here,
may be
are we?
trading.
Gee, I don't think that's
Time
how
to
it
beat
goes,
is
but
32.23, and Luca
Important thing
and
is that the
Ashley
score is
Deacon are the
correct.
last to give that a shot.
Clearly the dog
As they will
jumped
round
big,
out the 16-inch class.
big air over the A-frame caused that misunderstanding with the judge about the contact. This is Ashley and Luca. He has pushed her wide through the 180 before the dog walk. He's clean, but he did lose some time there. He likes a late, abrupt front cross. That is a perfect handling choice for him. It works very well for them. We saw it last night in the steeplechase.
Time of 32.47. 32.47 for Luca and Ashley.
That moves him into second place for the
does,
finish.
And he would have had first if he had not driven his dog wide in the 180.
Once again, Sizzle and Karen Hollick, a Triple Crown winner, winning the steeplechase, the agility, and team